Hi Leo, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. Leo, I want to welcome you to my channel. This is a new channel. It's about 7 months old. So I'm glad you found me if it's your first time here. And if you're coming back for another reading or if you've subscribed to my channel, I also want to thank you. In today's reading, we're going to be doing a mid-month check-in. And you know, I thought I would start off with trying to identify a pattern in your life, Leo, that's showing up for you that needs healing right now. And oftentimes when patterns show up, we don't really want to admit that it's a pattern. We like to deny that it's a pattern because it keeps showing up. And every time we do, we kind of, wait till it goes away again. It could be an emotion that we're dealing with again. It could be depression coming up. That's a pattern. It could be, this hopelessness. Like I said, it could be your anger coming up again. It could be you attracting certain people into your space that are coming up again and you can't figure out why. Like, what's going on here? Well, I don't know if you're aware, Leo, that 95% of all of our thinking that drives all our behaviors, our decisions, and the patterns that are showing up in our life, this thinking, 95% of it, is done unconsciously. So that's where our shadow sits. We have all this stuff that's sitting in our shadow. And it has the biggest impact on everything that's happening to us. And so in part 2 of this reading, we're going to be looking at what aspect from your shadow is coming up. It comes up all the time. This pattern shows up again. And it's driving this pattern. There's something in our shadow that needs healing. We're going to look at that. Because the other 5% of our human brain is done, the activity of it is done consciously, right? What we know, what we see, that's what we think is everything. But the biggest impact is what's sitting in our shadow, and that's why it's really important to heal it. So we're going to be doing some shadow work in number 2. If you're not familiar with those two terms, shadow and shadow work, I've left a video for you in my description box, and it's called My Powerful 4-Step Guide for Shadow Work. And it's a video that I put on, that I made. It's based on my own healing journey and how I do shadow work. I've been on my own intensive healing journey for my own complex trauma for about 7 years now. And I started another channel called Carol Cares a couple years ago. And on that channel, I have a lot of things about healing, how to heal. And one of the videos, the recent video that I did was on shadow work, facing your own shadow. And so it's probably a good idea if you want to check that out, even if you think you know something about shadow work. Always good to read a bit more. Everything's free on that channel. I give you lots of links to other videos, and you can get some writing prompts, and it's great. It's a great video. And what else do I want to say about the shadow part? I think that's it. And then in the third part, we're going to be looking at, I'm going to ask the tarot for some advice on what you can start to do to heal this aspect that's sitting in your shadow, or even like heal the pattern. So I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite deck. I'm going to be also clarifying with the Tarot of the Abyss, which I love, my fave and only black and white deck. And I'll be drawing a Moonology Oracle card for you at the end. And I'll also be recommending you some specific videos from my other channel, Carol Cares, that are really related to this reading for you. So Leah, let's begin with the Rider-Waite here. And actually, I think I'm going to begin with the Tarot of the Abyss and clarify it with the Rider-Waite. That seems like that's what it wants me to do instead. And then here's your Oracle card. So I just shuffled everything. So let's begin, Leo. I want what pattern in your life is showing up for you to heal right now. And it just wants these 3 cards for some reason. That's it's already a... It started off with the Ace of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups in reverse. A little bit of a story here in the 10 of Wands. So that's what the pattern is right here. Okay, 3 cards is enough for that. And then we'll look at what aspect from your shadow is driving this pattern. The 6 of Swords. And finally, what advice does the tarot have to begin to heal this? 1 card, please. The 10 of Cups in reverse. All right, so I'm going to ask probably for maybe a clarifier or 2 from the Rider-Waite deck for these 3 cards right here for the pattern that's showing up for Leo. I got 1 card. Let's see if there's one more that wants to come out. Yeah. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. All right. 6 of Swords, please. Clarifiers, 2 to 3 cards, please. Page of Swords in reverse. 2 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups, please. Tell me some more about this 10 of Cups. 2 cards, maybe. Or maybe 3. Oh, 4 here. We have the Hermit. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. And these 2 cards. You have the Empress and the 9 of Swords. All right. And I'll also have the Rider-Waite, a mini Rider-Waite here. Another deck here where I'm going to use in case I need to clarify. And then my Oracle card at the end. So let's get started, Leo. Pattern that's showing up for you right now, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups. So, Ace of Pentacles. Pattern that's showing up for you. Aces come when there's a new beginning, an offer from the universe. But really, you have to pay attention to what the suit is. In this case, it says Pentacles. Yeah. Look at this pentacle. Beautiful description of this pentacle. Pentacle is our body. It's our body. And Pentacles has everything to do with grounding our body. Look at this tree and how it's almost, it's in the shape of a human. And trees are so grounding. If there's ever, when I really need to ground myself, I'll go outside. I will literally hug a tree. And because they are so rooted into the ground. And this card, because it's come up here, now I was asked to use this deck. This is really a card that's coming out for you, a new chance, an offer from the universe to get grounded. To get grounded into your body, right? To get grounded into your body. Because what's coming up here for you is the 5 of Cups in reverse. And in an upright position, the 5 of Cups talks about this individual that has really become focused on these 3 of Cups. And they've got their head in their hand, and it's just a lot of shame, a lot of hopelessness here. And they're stuck. They're stuck in this spot again. And it's in reverse here. Because it's really, it's out of control. Like, you feel like it's out of control. You feel like it's out of your control. And you're feeling quite ungrounded, because the universe has given you this Ace of Pentacles to get back into your body. But there's one thing that's really hard is when you're sitting in this Five of Cups energy, which is this feeling of feeling so unworthy, like you're feeling so hopeless, I'm going to say, just quite, so maybe, you know, hopelessness is coming up here. Maybe you're sitting in depression again. It's come up for you again. Because, you know, you have these Ten of Wands next, and it tells me that you've been on this journey for a while. This has been going on for a while for you, where you've been trying to take your life into a new direction, because the Wands is all about taking your life into a new direction. And the Ten of Wands is like the end of a cycle. And for some reason, you've just not been able to, because this hopelessness keeps showing up. Depression keeps coming up. And it's tiring. Look at this individual. You know, if you think about every single time that you wanted to take your life into a new direction, you know, hopelessness sets in. Hopelessness, all these wands of wanting to go into a different direction, and you can't do it. You can't do it because you're stuck in your depression. And so that's the pattern that's showing up for you again, Leo, is this damn depression. Like, why does it keep showing up? Maybe some of you have been diagnosed with it. You know, you've been given this life sentence that learn to deal with it. Maybe some of you are medicated. And, you know, sometimes we need to if it's that bad. I've been in and out of depression myself. And I hit bouts of this Five of Cups. But the thing is, I know that my own depression is not a life sentence. I'm not medicated. And I know what to do when it shows up, because I've dealt with it and I have not healed it. I've healed a lot of the reason why I am in that state, or I get into that state. And I know how to recognize it, and I know what to do about it. And so the Queen of Wands comes right underneath it. And I'm telling you that because I'm trying to tell you that, you know, this is not a life sentence for you. You can get out of this. I know you can. The Queen of Wands comes in, and the Queen of Wands is in reverse. The Queen of Wands, and you know, you have another wand here. And she's, the Queen in my deck is a real strong feminine energy. And we all have this feminine side to us, and we also have a masculine side to us. We have both. It doesn't matter what gender you are. But the feminine here is appeared, this part of us, because it's the part of, you know, we're asked to be and take on this quality. And she's very much a queen that is grounded into her body. And she knows her purpose in life. Because the wand is all about purpose. She's holding her purpose here. She feels very confident about that. And she also knows, you know, about putting herself first and getting still and getting back into her body. But she's in reverse. So what does that mean? Well, that means when a queen, this feminine energy of us that wants to take our life in a new direction and can't, there's a hell of a lot of hopelessness behind that. Sometimes there's anger, because behind the anger is feeling to grieve of, why can't I do this? And so this tells me that you're definitely sitting in some real hopelessness. I call it futility, depression. The Ace of Pentacles comes up. Wow. You have the Ace of Pentacles twice. And for me, you're clarifying. When a card clarifies itself like this, it's time to really, really pay attention to what this is saying. You need to get grounded. You need to learn about grounding. This is what this is coming up right here. This is a gift from the universe and says you need to focus on what it means to get grounded into your own body. And I'm going to just move on here. So this is what's happening here. The Six of Swords, what comes up in your shadow? What is driving this depression that you're sitting in? Well, you have the Six of Swords here. And the Six of Swords is a card of, it's in reverse. Oh, no, sorry, it wasn't in reverse, I don't think. It just looked like it was. Yeah, okay. Here's this bird, and look at this bird right here. Look on top of it, how they're carrying this person away. It looks like this is almost like, you know, this bird's carrying this person away to a place of safety. And so what's sitting in your shadow is one of the first things I'm seeing here is the Page of Swords came over here. I'm getting these, oh, this came right here. So I'm getting these confused now. Yeah, I don't want to get them confused. What I'm seeing here, that in your shadow right away, it's talking to me about a time in when you were young where you were not in a safe situation. Because right underneath it comes the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords, it's in reverse here. So this young part of you, pages in my deck are my inner children. And there's 4 of them in this deck. And we can have more than one inner child. I know mainstream psychology likes to say we just have one inner child, but we can have more. I have more. The Page of Swords talks about the younger part of us that is, that needs healing. Every time a page shows up, there's a younger part of you, your inner child, an inner child that needs to be healed. And this Page of Swords talks about the sword, our authenticity of who we really are, And that's in reverse here. So there was a time in your life when you were younger, when you were very, very unsafe. You could have been unsafe throughout your childhood. And you really lost a sense of who you were. You weren't noticed. And the Page of Swords wants, like this younger part of you wants to be noticed right now. And so there's a real younger part of you that feels hopeless because they're not in a safe, picture a young child who's not in a safe environment, needs to be safe, and they feel absolutely hopeless. And so what's happening to you right now is, as an adult, this pattern that's showing up for you right now, you're feeling completely hopeless. You're feeling the hopelessness, again, that your younger part of you felt when they were younger. But you're saying, oh, wait a minute here. I feel hopeless. I know it feels like it's right now. I know. But you're an adult now. You can get out of your hopelessness. You can get out of your depression. When you were younger, you couldn't. You couldn't. You were not safe. There was nobody that was coming to save you. Nobody. And so this pattern of feeling unsafe keeps coming up for you. This hopelessness that you felt as a child that you could not feel when you were a child because it was too big of an emotion. And so now it's coming up for you as an adult to feel. And the Two of Pentacles sits right behind this inner child of yours. And the Two of Pentacles, this is number 2. So it's the beginning of the Pentacles. And this individual is juggling here, juggling these 2 Pentacles here. A lot going on here, multitasking. It tells me that there was a lot going on in your childhood. We already established that you needed to get to safety. This tells me that there was a lot going on in your childhood. Look at the water in the background. You see how it's wavy like this? Those are your emotions. Water's emotions. But look at your stomach. This is your stomach when you were younger. Maybe you have stomach problems right now. Right? Digestive problems. You never wonder why sometimes you go to the bathroom and you blame it on something you ate, but it's not always that. It's your stomach full of fear sometimes from your childhood. And look at this individual, very ungrounded. It's trying to multitask, trying to juggle with one foot. So very ungrounded when you were a young child, because you couldn't predict what was going on around you. And that's what's sitting in your shadow. How can you heal this? What does the universe want you to do to start to heal this? What does the tarot say? Here's the 10 of Cups. It's in reverse. And so the universe wants you to turn this around. This is hidden. This is a bit of a resistance to look at this on your part, but the universe wants you to look at this. What does the 10 of Cups mean? It often shows up. This card often shows up, by the way, in my readings because it's about the healing journey. The 10 of Cups. Look at all the cups lined up there. It's the 10. It's the end of a cycle of cups, and cups is all about emotions. We, all humans, have access to a full range of emotions to feel, including hopelessness. It is a feeling. And feelings are not meant to get stuck in us, in our body. They're meant to come in, and flow out. We heal them. We heal them when they come in, we process them, and then they come out. That's what emotions are supposed to do. But what happens here is sometimes we can get really depressed on this 5 of Cups and get stuck on our depression and hopelessness and think that our whole life is going to be like this. But the universe says, no, look, you have these 10 of Cups. Right now, your full range isn't being felt. You are stuck in an emotion. But the universe wants you to have full access to that. What do you need to do? Well, the first thing the universe wants you to do is to go inwards. This is number 9 of the major arcana. It's a huge universal force here. It wants you to shine a light on, go inwards, get quiet, get still, and start to feel, lean into that hopelessness. There's a lot of grief there that you would have felt as a child in this very unstable, ungrounded environment that didn't keep you safe when you were young. And the universe wants you now to go inwards so you can start to feel. Ace of Wands here, a new start, new beginning for you. That wants to happen. But right now you don't have access to it, because you need to get at these emotions. Here's your new start. Here's the new direction your life is going to take. I know you think that you're stuck in this, and maybe you think you're stuck in it forever, but the universe is saying, no, here you go. Here's a new gift for you to start. And how are you going to do it? Well, we talked about that. Here's an Empress. Here's number 3 major arcana. Another major feminine force. She's a huge force. She's number 3. She's the second half of the feminine energy in the major arcana. The first half is the High Priestess, number 2. She talks about intuition. This feminine quality is the Empress. She loves the body. She loves to get grounded. She loves to feel her emotions. The Empress. And so the universe wants you so much to get back into your body, because that's where your emotions are felt, out of your head where you're stuck, back into your body to start to feel. Because these swords that are keeping you up at night, this depression, this hopelessness, these belief systems that you have about yourself, all this mental energy that's going on in your head, needs to go away. And it's not going to go away until you start to get back into your body and out of your head, because that's where you're thinking you're stuck, but you're not. You need to go and feel that hopelessness. Get back into your body and feel that hopelessness. I'm going to leave you with, before I pull a Moonology card for you, I'm going to leave you with the June 2024 reading that I did for you, Leo. And I'm also going to leave you with a playlist on depression. And it's going to give you a lot. It's from my other channel, Carol Cares, and it's going to help you a lot with your depression and to see what you need to do with it. And so I'm going to pull a card for you. Work through your fears. Wow. New moon in Scorpio. I'll read that for you, just a bit of it, because obviously it sounds like, you know, there are a lot of fears you have here, especially because of the childhood that where you weren't around safety. You would have been really, really, really scared as a child. This card suggests a rebirth. Beautiful. Here's your rebirth right here, your Ace of Wands. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is the time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time if you've been experiencing something of a drought. And emotional intimacy is also on the menu. We talked about emotions with the 10 of Cups here. Scorpio is a sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Wow. This is beautiful, Scorpio. Leo. It was the new moon in Scorpio. I apologize, but Leo, beautiful reading for you. I want you to remember that you know, have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. This depression's got to be the hardest emotion to work through, hopelessness, and have compassion for yourself. So take care, and I will talk soon. Bye, Leo.